Hey everybody. Wasn't planning on coming in this location, but I was actually driving a little further away from here, which I still might do. That snap. When you get pulled in somewhere, you get pulled in somewhere. It's really no. Wow, look at that one go so. Those trees are bent. This is actually snapped here. I didn't even notice it snapped going down that way. It's actually snapped and it goes down into the rest of this stuff over here. Damn, it's blinded out beautifully. I fell as soon as I got here, so I got all these. Like as soon as I got here, I fell. This is one of my favorite little spots in here. They have so much little work done. Something bipedal to my right already. I had a guy, I was live with you guys once, and I had a guy chase me out of this place, or tried to anyway. He's a deer hunter according to what he was saying. I guess because I was moving away, he thought I was like a mark. Look at that how that goes through. That's exactly how they go through right there. I'm gonna have to drop down to go down. I guess because I was moving away, he thought I was like retreating. Which isn't the case. I just don't fight. Like, it's not what I do. So anyway, this guy was threatening and all this shit and whatever, yada yada yada. Then he proceeds to go and get back up, and then they start following me through, asking me questions, pushing forward. Then I came into like an area like this where Bigfoot had it marked off like this, like a dead end basically. So I had no choice but to turn around and look at them. And I told them, and basically I wasn't the one who was doing what they said was being done. This is all marked off, but this way comes all the way, blinded all the way through. And then it comes this way, back, all the way, right in the middle of it. Huge snap up there, huge. So, basically told him, because he's like, oh, someone's been coming in here and messing with my stuff. I just saw you walking by it and da-da-da. And I was like, look, these woods aren't owned by anybody. This isn't your yard. So he's like, oh, yeah, well, I don't know, long story short, I basically told him it wasn't me, and I ain't the one he's looking for. So he backed off when I had to get loud at one point, and he backed off. They all backed off, 2 or 3 of them, whatever it was. So, suburban squatching isn't always fun, because you don't know what kind of disgruntled people you're going to get. And I always hear about disgruntled Sasquatch, but when I tell you, I get more disgruntled people than anything, especially when COVID was, this is probably when COVID had hit. It was probably about 3 weeks in or so. Maybe a little more. Look at that. That's Elena going right up in here. They're so busy in here now. Sorry, guys. And like, I get it. Like, people were out of work. Wow. Something ran really fast on all fours. It's probably a cat. It's probably a cat. It's a little bigger than a cat. Like, not even like dog size, but like bobcat? Is it bobcat, I guess? Look at this. This one comes across too. This is knocked out. Comes across. It's amazing. This is really amazing. I'm happy I stopped in. So anyway, people have been stealing this shit, but not even stealing it as much as like taking it and rearranging it and like throwing it back. That's a big snap I wanted to show you. And as he's describing all this, and later on, for multiple reasons, I come to realize, look how high up that is. This guy isn't a really good person. And it's the Bigfoot messing with him. That's what it seems like. Any which way you put it. Whether you believe in the message I got straight through from the Sasquatch or you don't believe that part of things, all the evidence pointed to it after that anyway when I put it together. I don't know how I didn't put it together, but that made it very easy. When I heard a laughing mind speak, like, it's us, bro. Like, we're the one tearing this shit up back here. And we're doing it for fun. And the guy is a terrible person. Like, that's why I believe that this shit goes down. Look at these. Look at how this comes across here. And they tuck under that one. It's beautiful. So, as much as I'd love to avoid going that way because of a human, I'm not fucking caring. So, I'm Michael, I'm not Karen. Karen. So, the dead leaves again. Look, see the dead leaves here? Just dead leaves. This is this is good stuff here. At least where I'm at. This is good. I'm starting to realize that they really like the dead tree areas, the dead leaf, the dark dead leaves, especially in this time. So, even though we're very close, this is a good thing. We're gonna check right in here. Tree snap. Everything is a tree snap in here. And I'm not talking branch snaps. I'm talking trees. Something bipedal again coming. It's coming from this way. First I thought it was a rock toss, but it the sound occurred 2 to 3 times, which meant it was like a creak onto a stick like this. Like, it's a bad example. Still a bad example. Okay. It's like when you go to the doctor because you're sick. You go there for chicken pox and you can't find a bump on you. As soon as you get to the doctor. I can make sticks crack all day and I want to show it to you. See how that goes straight through? It's to build up. It's to build up the blind. It comes up. They actually have that floater all the way across. Look at that. Look at that huge floater. This is probably going to be a lot. I don't know if I've done YouTube here with you guys, so this is a very, very popular spot with you guys. So as you can see, she got a little serious, but I could easily go that way. I could easily climb over that and then go around that way and skip this blind, this huge blind here. It's not a nest, it's a blind. So and not jump over all this high lying stuff, but this is going to be the better path. The path of most resistance is the best path. So if you guys just heard something, I'll never mislead you. It's probably sounded like something cool at first, but I kicked a tree and there's like something tin under there, old, and it boom, boom, so it made a sound. So actually, look at this. That's in use in there. That seat's in use. So let's get real. All right. So if we sit right on that, and you look right through here. So we sit right here. It distorts everything. But you would see everybody coming in. So if I shine all the way through, look, if I go all the way through, you'll probably see, like, through that gap there, that you'll see cars going by. So like maybe 200 yards away or so, there's cars. So it's still not that deep in. So if people decide to come in from the big main attraction store that's right there behind this, you can't even see it. It's a huge phone store. It's sitting right there, like right behind all that brush. So you could sit right here and look right out if you had to. There's multiple spots. There's multiple options. Here's the vines. The divine intervention. Look how big that is. Look at that. These are a little smaller. These have little holes poked in them, which I've heard of before. I have heard a guy in upstate New York talking about this too. This tree isn't even touching the ground. It's cool. They're like little. I think the ones in upstate, I think they went all the way through actually. So he was getting some good shit too. Upstate New York's dope. Really cool stuff. Everywhere. Don't matter where you go. I don't care where you go. You're gonna get something. We'll figure it out together if you need help figuring it out. Because the lay of the land may be a little different. And how they do stuff may be a little different. But, I mean, I figured this out. Like, oh, it says, look, this is the shells I gift them. Oh. Still, maybe that's one I actually gifted. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that means it means something. Hang on. Cell sheet. that's something I gave them. I don't remember if I did it here, if I gave it to them here. So, that's interesting. I know I gave them a bunch of lettuce last time I was here. Like heads and heads of lettuce, so. It's a shopping cart. It's like a big old barrel from like Jaws. So here, look at this. See this trail? See that? That's like a human trail or a game trail. It's fat, it's wide, it's pronounced. It is not anything special. But what lies behind it at the end there is pretty cool. Through that gap, there's more to be seen. I have yet to make it very far into here. And I thought it was a small area till I learned it just kept on going and going. Because I always assume that on Long Island, I'm gonna hit a spot where it's gonna get cut off by a road, because it's just how it goes down usually. So I usually end the trail or wood usually ends on forest because of roads. And you gotta kind of start over again. So that's why I talk about it like it's all different areas. But in reality, it really ain't different areas for that matter. It's really just one big old island. Sorry for the noise. So like I was saying, it's really one continued area. Really everywhere is. You know what I mean? If there's not water between it or a natural, anything natural. But really it's still connected in a way. So us slapping roads and houses and all that shit, that's us. We made the disconnect. So when people are like, oh man, that's crazy.